Ja, Mann! Execute! Haben wir Doppel-Execute gemacht? Hast du das gesehen? No way! Executed! Alter, was für ein Combo, ey! Oh! Wie geil war das denn? Oh.
Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 is more than just a sequel. It's a massive, brutal experience that combines cinematic storytelling, intense third-person action, and large-scale co-op battles. It's here for over a year now and it got me hooked straight away. I recently just started playing it and I have no idea why I waited so long, but you could hear my excitement in the beginning. I am also a huge Warhammer fan and also painted Warhammer minifigs years and years ago. Anyways, as most of you know, but maybe you are new here, and yeah, the game launched very strong in 2024, but what really excites me now is how much support is planned for the future. In this video, I'm going to break down everything, the core gameplay loop, how PvP works and operation mode work, and of course I want to talk about the 2-year roadmap of updates. And also a little bit about mods on PC. I'm on console, but I want to talk about it. So, if you want to know where Space Marine 2 stands today and where it's going over the next 2 years, this video will have you covered with almost everything I know so far. And if you don't know me, I'm Pablo and welcome to my channel. I actually just wanted to record gameplay to showcase you how the game works, but there is a ton of videos out there. And my first reaction would have been German, but yeah, you heard it in the beginning. So let's get into it. Let's start with the basics. At its heart, Space Marine is about stepping into the boots of Lieutenant Titus of the Ultramarines and carving a bloody path through Tyranites. This is the campaign. There's chaos and more stuff. The game mixes brutal melee combat with powerful ranged weapon. I really loved how you can switch in between and get near to the enemies and then switch back to the gun. There are chain swords, it's a tough word, and power fists to bolters and plasma guns. They have everything. And the campaign, I just can recommend to play it because you will see how the different weapons work, but in their operations it will be a little bit different. But we come to that later. The gameplay feels strong and bulky, but in a good way. You stomp your way through enemies, and the first thing I totally loved was that my controller trigger button had some weird and cool trigger thingy. I don't know how to say it in German, but I could feel the trigger of the gun. And I mean, you shoot a lot in this game, and this feature is actually amazing. The combat is a heavy, weighty feel, staying true to the Warhammer 40k universe, and battles are built around crowd control, execution kills, and a mix of tactical ability usage. There is a lot of variety. It also never felt boring, and in the end, holy moly, the end of the campaign was wild. Unlike the first game, Space Marine 2 expands into larger squad-focused encounters, making it feel like you are a part of a brutal frontline, not just a lone hero. This game is about brotherhood for sure, brother. And I say it now, I recommend playing it with others, but you of course can play it solo. And also the game just looks beautiful. I was so soaked in, and it was like a movie, and the scenes and the cutscenes and the graphics, the atmosphere, the overwhelmingly hordes of enemies. Yeah, it is an amazing experience. But then you can keep going, so the campaign is not the end. You have the other modes, and I will talk about that now. Like I said before, Space Marine 2 is not just the campaign. There is a huge multiplayer side, and that's why this game is still going. Not still, it's just 1 year old, but there's a lot of replayable parts. And one of this is the Operations mode. Operations mode is the main co-op PvE experience. Here, up to 3 players team up to fight waves of enemies across different missions. Each operation has objectives, stratagems, and rewards. And it's where most of the long-term progressions happen, so you unlock stuff. Operations can get incredibly chaotic, especially on higher difficulties, of course, where teamwork and smart strategies are essential. In Operations, you can choose classes and you will earn XP to level up your chosen class. Those points or those XP are called requisition points, which let you unlock weapons, variants and cosmetics, and armory data for upgrading gear and perks. How long each mission takes depends on difficulty, of course, and how good you are. On average, Operations missions may take 30 to 40 minutes or more, especially if you are engaging enemies, collecting items, data plates, hidden collectibles, exploring, etc. On higher threat levels and with tougher enemies waves, they will run longer. I think the replayability is high because you can replay missions infinitely on different difficulty, like the threat levels, and they scale up rewards. The more difficult the mission, the better the rewards. I like that idea because you have to make more. You have to be, I don't know, more locked in to get more. On the other hand, we have PvP, known as Eternal War. It brings the same brutal combat into competitive matches. Different teams of Space Marines battle it out in objective-based modes, with each class bringing different strength, of course. Heavy bolters can hold choke points, Assault Marines have a jetpack, this is so cool, and Tactical Marines provide flexibility. The balance is surprisingly tight, and the devs are already experimenting with new modes like Hellbrute Onslaught. The PvP mode adds a variety to the game and gives players something to grind between operations, or you go full in on PvP. And that's what I like almost most about the game. You can switch it up. You can play campaign, PvE and PvP. You are not stuck into a PvP mode, for example. You can just hop on and play for yourself. So to me, the combat was totally different than to the campaign. You had to dodge more, parade more, and you need also to check on your teammates. This made it more tactical, but also way more fun. And for all the beginners out there, I'm a beginner myself, you will get better and stronger. I struggled a lot, and you need to get used to the different classes, and there's a lot of things you can choose from. You will unlock stuff, and the grind is honestly very rewarding. You will also get used to the maps pretty fast, but it's hectic. This takes just a little bit time. In the beginning, I was beaten up heavily against the experienced players, and I also fell off the map a couple of times. But now let's talk about the good stuff, the extras. You get a lot of stuff you can unlock and customize, both on PVE Operations and PvP. One of the coolest parts of Space Marine 2 is that you're not just stuck with a cookie cutter Space Marine and just play simple. The game gives you a surprising amount of customization, and when I started the game, I knew there was a little bit of customization, but not as much. We are talking armor sets, helmets, shoulder pads, different color schemes, and of course weapons. You can really make your Marine stand out, whether you want to rep a grimdark Black Templar vibe or you roll up looking like a walking shrine to the Emperor in gold. Everything is possible. In PvE Operations, you will constantly be earning rewards, like you get XP to level up your chosen class. There are acquisition points which act as a currency for unlocking new gear, armor data which lets you unlock new perks and weapon variants. Every mission you complete feeds into the progression loop. The higher the difficulty, the more rewarding it gets. So if you are brave enough to crank it up to Ruthless, holy moly, but you'll be swimming in points, XP and better loot, but it's tough. Weapons are where things get spicy. You start with the classics, bolters, chainswords, heavy bolters, but you grind out the missions and you unlock more powerful variants. Some come with different fire mode, others with unique attachments, and you can mix and match to suit your playstyle. Do you want to be the squad's unstoppable tank with a power axe and storm shield, or the backline support marine raining down justice with a plasma cannon? Both are on the table. And there's more. There are perks and stratagems mission. These are special PvE missions with daily and weekly modifiers. They can boost you or make things brutally harder, and beating them earns accolades, the currency for heroic gear and unique rewards. The deeper you go into operations, the more options you unlock and the more tactical the game feels. When I started, I was hell of confused. There was so much things. And even when I progressed, the unlockable things were a lot and I had to get through everything. Over in PvP, customizations are purely cosmetics, but it looks insane. No pay to win here. You will still be unlocking armor pieces, colors and heraldry, so your Space Marine can look unique when you're blasting away the other players. All of these extras, the armor sets, weapon variants, perks and stratagems, give Space Marine 2 a lot of replay value. Every mission feels like progress and your Marine slowly turns into a walking demigod. And that's before mods come into play, which will eventually let the community go completely wild within weapons, armor and more. I think together these two modes, the PvE and PvP modes, operations and PvP, form the backbone of Space Marine 2, and without it, it would be as replayable as it is. And you will hear later or right now what the plan for the next 2 years or the roadmap looks like for Space Marine 2. The roadmap for year 2 and beyond for Space Marine 2. So what's next? The team and the devs of Space Marine have already laid out a 2-year roadmap that runs deep into 2026. And it's packed with free updates, and I bet there's coming more. And there will be paid cosmetic packs, and yeah, let's break it down. The first big update came for the 1-year anniversary, and yeah, it's already passed. It's called Patch 10 Anniversary Update. It came out on September 4, 2025. There was a new Chaos Spawn boss with re-variant, a Hellbrute Onslaught PvP I talked about earlier, Tomb, a Necron themed PvP arena. It's so cool. And new weapons, and I have to read them out. It's a Power Axe, a Combi Melter, and a Pyre Blaster. There's new PvE missions and stratagems, and of course a Chaos Armor Pack. It's amazing. Patch 2 will come late 2025. I think we are almost there. There's not a date yet, but there will be new PvE missions and pickups and a new stratagem rewards as well. And then patch 12, early 2026. There will be new playable class, the Tech Marine, and I think we all are very excited for it. And he will carry a Omniscion Axe. There will be a Battle Bark expansion for PvE, new mission and additional stratagem mechanics. And patch 13, also early 2026, another PvE mission. I think there will be coming more, but this is like the roadmap. There will be updated progression system and coming more and new enemies. And I cannot wait. It's crazy how they communicate with the people playing and with the fans, and it's just so cool to see. It's not normal nowadays that game developers they do it. The important takeaway is that the game isn't just getting balance patches or bug fixes or small tweaks. It's getting major gameplay additions every few months for at least the next 2 years, and that's why I think this is just the beginning. We are in year 2, and I think and hope there will be more years to come. So, as you know already, I'm on PlayStation, but for the PC gamers, there is modding support. Yes, Space Marine 2 already supports mods. Thanks to the official integration studio toolkit, this is the same toolset Saber Interactive uses internally, so modders aren't just poking around the game files, they are working with professional tools. And I have actually no clue about modding. I never did it, I never looked into it. But I think for many of you, this is a great addition to the game. You can create your own custom missions, alter gameplay logic, tweak AI behavior, adjust UI and HUD, and even create new effects. The possibilities are massive, and this is also, they just do it. They don't have to do it, and they don't have to give us modding. But of course, there's a catch. Mods are not allowed in public online matches, and yeah, I think that makes sense. That means you cannot bring mods into matchmaking for Operations or Eternal War. That said, mods work perfectly in like the private lobbies if you want to squad up with friends and try crazy gameplay, or I don't know, play around, do custom missions or experiment. You can absolutely do that. And the devs have promised more back-end support for mods, making them easier to maintain after patches, so the future looks bright for the modding scene. But I cannot wait to see what people will create and upload and showcase. But yeah, so to sum it all up, Space Marine 2 is already delivering brutal, satisfying gameplay through Operation and PvP, but the future is looking even brighter. With a packed roadmap of new classes, and I said it before, it's not even the end. I think there will be more and more. There will be more enemies and missions, plus the creativity of the modding community. This game has the potential to keep players engaged for years to come. Whether you're diving into official content, experimenting with mods, or testing your skills in Eternal War, there's never been a better time to be a Space Marine for sure. What do you think of the roadmap? Are you excited for the Tech Marine? Are you more hyped about mods and private custom games? Let me know down in the comments. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more deep dives into the grimdark future. I love this game. This is so much fun, and I'm even more excited about that the devs and that they keep updating the game. This makes it even more fun because they care, and you can expect bug fixes or any other things. And yeah, this is a bright future. And what else can I say? For the Emperor, Pablo out. And if you like Space Marine 2, you probably like Boltgun, and maybe you played it, but I made a video about it. You can check it out here, and bye.